Hey, my name is Christopher David Mitchell. I'm a coach, and today we're going to be talking about the 3 major problems with setting goals. Now, before we get into it, just as a disclaimer, I do actually believe in setting goals. I am a coach and I think it's important, but these are the 3 major things that I feel like trip up even the most successful people and have tripped me up in the past. So I want to share with you these 3 things so that you don't fall into these traps as you set your goals for the future. So problem number 1 is that you are not enough. Now, I think you are enough, but remember, happiness is not in the future. Goals are in the future. They're predicting our future self, our ideal self in the future, rather than accepting who we are in the present moment. And so there's this problem that happens with goals in the fact that you tend to relate your happiness and fulfillment with achieving the goals. But guess what? Even if you achieve a goal, say it takes a year, the time of achievement is like 1% of that process. And you don't want to be sort of striving so much to achieve that you feel like, I'll only be happy when. I'm only happy when I get this goal. And even if you don't say this to yourself out loud and you don't know it, when I've studied successful people, whether they know it or not, this is what's happening. They're beating themselves up on the journey saying, yeah, but I need this thing. I need to be a high achiever. I need to be a peak performer. And they're always going after this future ideal self. A bit like a hamster chasing cheese, when really the cheese is just you making up these situations. I'll be happy when I achieve that goal of getting that house or getting that car or making 6 figures, etc., etc. You're always thinking about the future ideal self and you're not accepting you as you are in the present. And believe it or not, you're enough as you are. You don't need to be accomplishing all this stuff in life. You don't have to always be setting yourself these goals and thinking, yeah, I'm only doing well if I'm achieving. This achievement mindset is decent, but it's not that evolved on the scale of things. Because like I say, happiness doesn't work like that. Happiness doesn't work from constantly chasing achievements and goals. You can never win the chasing goals game. You'll never win that game. Think about of all the things you've ever achieved in your life so far, all the goals you ever got. How happy has it made you today? Because the mind doesn't work like that, which is what we'll talk about a lot in a second. But the mind's always wanting more. Happiness doesn't work from constantly trying to chase more and achievements and goals. It's different to that. It's just more of the accepting of who you are and appreciating the present moment. Even if you haven't achieved anything, it's fine. That's how it actually works. And that's why a lot of celebrities are miserable. Think about it. How many goals and achievements have loads of celebrities done? And look at them all. They're in rehab, they're drinking, they're on drugs. Why? We'll get to that now in point 2, actually why. So let's do it. The second big issue with setting these goals that you have to achieve all the time is understanding our psychology of hedonic adaptation. This is also known as the hedonic treadmill. There's been so many studies on this, so just look it up after this video. But basically, it's studying this thing of human beings wanting to achieve things and wanting to get these goals in life that they want. With hedonic adaptation, it's the thing of like when, as human beings, we do achieve something, we do feel this high. We feel this dopamine hit. We feel this chemical brilliance in the brain that's formed where we're like, yeah, I did it. It's almost like an ego hit, really. But anyway, it can still feel good. It can still feel good in the moment. But studies have shown time and time and time again that this has nothing to do with happiness and fulfillment. Why? Because one achievement of a goal is never going to be enough for you. So when you achieve something, you're going to get this high for about 2 weeks of feeling like, yes, I did it, I achieved my goal. And then hedonic adaptation means that when you get that high of achievement, your sort of pleasure levels, we'll call it, not happiness, go up, and then 2 weeks later they go back to normal. So that Tesla car feels amazing in the first 3 weeks. You're driving in it in the vegan leather seats, and then it goes back to normal and it just becomes another car. That house, you're looking around, you're excited, it feels amazing, and then 1 month later you go back to base level, normal. It's just another house. That relationship, oh, it's so exciting, they're so amazing, they're the best person I've ever met. And then generally in these things, it comes to reality of the surface of the situation. So it doesn't matter what it is. Once you've achieved a goal, that high only lasts for so long, like a drug, which is why, like I say, achievements and goal setting can be dangerous, because it really is chasing like a drug. And so then no matter what you achieve in life, it doesn't matter whether you have like me, I've had like millions of views on YouTube, then it's my new norm. Coach Boy George at Wembley, amazing. And then a month later, it's the new norm. Why is this inbuilt in our psychology? It's because as human beings, we're built to constantly thrive and survive. And so the ego wants us constantly chasing. The ego wants us constantly going after more achievements, more goals. So that's why it's inbuilt in us, but that's also the thing that makes us miserable. Because after achieving all these goals, like I say, look at the celebrities. If it really made you happy, then every celebrity would be happy, and celebrities are not happy on the scale of things. You know, the amount of addictions, alcohol addictions, drug addictions, is a sign similar to this addiction of the high of achievement, that they can't let it go. Their whole identity is attached to achievement and the next thing, and they're completely disconnected from their present, because they're always goal setting to their future ideal self. So that's how hedonic adaptation works, the hedonic treadmill. It's a great thing to look up. And the last point, number 3, as a big problem, I'll say, is that it's incredibly difficult, but it can be done, to set the balance of realism and optimism on your goal balance. So too many people, like I say, will set very realistic goals, and then they won't be that great, because even if they achieve it, it's like, it wasn't that big a goal anyway. But if you're too optimistic in your goals, then, as I say, one of two things is going to happen here. You are either going to achieve it, which is great, but you're going to be grinding a lot and neurotic on this process to achieving it, or you're going to fail, which is more likely, because you're setting yourself these two grandiose goals. And if you do fail, then you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to say, why me? I'm useless. I'm not very good at this. Other people can achieve things I can't. You're going to really feel devalued as a human being if you attach so much to this really high goal that is really going to hurt, like, if you don't get it. So that can be damaging in itself. And because you're linking your value as a human being so much to these goals, it can be so detrimental to you and your well-being. Because what you need to understand is that achievements or not, they don't affect your value as a human being. I'm going to say that again. No matter what you achieve in life, it does not affect your value as a human being. So how do I conclude this? It sounds like I'm all against goals. And you know what? I do have goals, but here are some tips about goals. They want to be a want and not a need. The minute you need to achieve that thing and you need to achieve that goal, you are sacrificing your personal happiness and fulfillment for achievement. And if you want to do that, great. But like I say, look at the celebrities who've achieved so much. There's so many suicides in entrepreneurship and celebrities these days. It's not, don't attach achievement with happiness. This is completely different stuff. And in fact, quite opposite. So what I would advise is still go for goals that are very true and passionate to yourself. Try and find that balance between something that is realistic and not so ambitious that you're going to work yourself to death to try and get there. Make sure it's a want, not a need. If you need the goal, then you need to assess why. But if you're happy as you are and you just want that thing, that's a much healthier place to come from. And lastly, I would say, learn the power of just letting go, which is have some goals in mind if you want. And then even if you don't achieve them, you could let it go. This is what I'm trying to break down just to conclude, is that the wanting a goal signals that you're happy and complete as you are as a person, which you are, and that the goal would be an extra bonus. Needing the goal implies that it's a neurotic drive to prove something, and your value and your self-worth is all attached to that goal, and that's a dangerous game to play. So as you go for your goals, even if you don't achieve it, you should be able to go, I'm cool. I tried. I enjoyed the journey as well. I wasn't so focused on my self-worth being achieving that goal, but actually I was quite happy anyway, and I enjoyed the journey and I gave it my best shot. And if it doesn't work out, I could let it go. If I don't build that business and it doesn't earn 6 figures, I could be cool with it. If I don't get married by 30, that's okay. If I don't own that car I really want or that house, I could be okay with that. That is a much healthier attitude to have while still positively going towards your goals and achievements in life. So I hope that's helped a bit. And P.S., like I say, sounds like I've completely ranted against goals. And a lot of this is from my own experience and obviously coaching others. And, I still do set goals. But you've got to be careful. We're in a society that values achievements these days. Look at Instagram. This person's doing this person's doing this. It's so easy to get sucked into thinking that's what is really valuable in society and as a human being, and it's just not. I hope it's helped in thinking that happiness is separate to that. And I just want to change that thinking that I want you to do the goals for you, but I don't want you to do them because you think that if I just get that one more thing, I'm going to be so fulfilled in life. Because if you actually do it, and watch back this video, you'll realize what I'm saying here. But of course, maybe if you haven't achieved too many things in life externally, you probably will think I'm talking crap, and you'll probably say, no, Christopher, you're wrong. I know that if I get this one, then that's it. But I'm telling you, be really aware. I'd give it 3 weeks after you achieve that goal for you to write an email to me, info@christopherdavidmitchell.com, and say, you're right, it felt great for a bit, but now I'm just back to normal. And then, of course, you could go on and just try and come up with more and more goals, but you'll be setting goals till you die, trying to find happiness, fulfillment down the wrong avenue, when goal setting and achievement is not going to find you happiness and fulfillment. That's all I'm trying to say in this video. But still, know your passions, know yourself, know your true self, know your authentic self, and go after things in life that you would want to have in your life, but you could let go. That you would want to have in your life, but it's okay if it didn't happen. Okay, guys. Check out my website, christopherdavidmitchell.com. I've got some free stuff on there, blogs, and there's going to be more courses and updates soon. Let me know how you get on. I'm always an email away. I would love you to reach out to me if ever you've got an issue, or let me know in the comments. If ever you've set a goal and you've had this feeling of what I've been describing today. So until next time, I'll see you then.